You understand why I did it?
John said he was a deserter.
But do you understand why I had to kill him?
Our way is the old way.
The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword.
Is it Pryce or the White Walkers?
The White Walkers have been gone for thousands of years.
So he was lying.
The madman sees what he sees.
Your Grace, I have traveled a long way.
You must be exhausted.
Put the pen down, dear. We both know you're not writing anything.
Ah, yes, the famously tart-tongued Queen of Thorns.
And the famous tart, Queen Circe.
Beg your pardon?
I know you're behind this absurd incarceration of my grandson.
If you apologize for that comment, perhaps
You'll get your apology. When I get Loris.
I was as shocked as anyone when the Faith arrested Sir Loris. I have no love for these fanatics. But what can a Queen Mother do?
Has the Crown suddenly stopped needing the troops' gold and wheat my house supplies?
I can assure you, our alliance with House Tyrell remains...
Do you expect the alliance to continue after you've thrown our future into prison?
As I said, I didn't imprison anyone. As for your veiled threats...
What veil?
The Lannister-Tyrell alliance brought peace to a war-torn country. Do you really want to see the Seven Kingdoms slide back into warfare?
I didn't trust your father. I didn't particularly like him, but I respected him. He was no fool. He understood that sometimes we must work with our rivals rather than destroy them.
House Lannister has no rival. The High Septon has called for an inquest, not a trial. Just a small hearing to determine whether the charges against Loris have merit, which I'm sure they don't. Loris will be freed. Our happy alliance will continue. And we'll forget this unfortunate conversation ever happened. Good day, Lady Olenna.
This will be my last war. Win or lose.
Have you ever lost before?
Do you think I'd be in my position if I'd lost a war? This is the one I'll be remembered for.
The War of Five Kings, they're calling it. My legacy will be determined in the coming months. You know what legacy means? It's what you pass down to your children and your children's children. It's what remains of you when you're gone. Harron the Black thought this castle would be his legacy. Greatest fortress ever built. Tallest towers, the strongest walls. The Great Hall had 35 hearths. 35, can you imagine? Look at it now. A blasted ruin. Do you know what happened?
Dragons?
Yes. Dragons happened. Harron Hall was built to withstand an attack from the land. 1 million men could have marched on these walls, and 1 million men would have been repelled. But an attack from the air with dragon fire, Harron and all his sons roasted alive within these walls. Aegon Targaryen changed the rules. That's why every child alive still knows his name,
300 years after his death.
Aegon and his sisters.
Hmm?
It wasn't just Aegon riding his dragon. It was Rhaenys and Visenya too.
Correct. Student of history, are you?
Rhaenys rode Meraxes. Visenya rode Vhagar.
I'm sure I knew that when I was a boy.
Visenya Targaryen was a great warrior. She had a Valyrian steel sword she called Dark Sister.
She's a heroine of yours, I take it. Are most girls more interested in the pretty maidens from the songs? John Q, flowers in her hair?
Most girls are idiots.
You remind me of my daughter.
Oh, this heat. On days like this, I envy you northerners your summer snows. Till tomorrow, my lord.
I've been hoping to talk to you about John Arryn.
Lord Arryn? Oh, his death was a great sadness to all of us. I took personal charge of his care, but I could not save him. His sickness struck him very hard and very fast. I saw him in my chambers just the night before he passed. Lord John often came to me for counsel.
Why?
I have been Grand Maester for many years. Kings and hands have come to me for advice since...
What did John want the night before he died?
Oh, he came inquiring after a book.
A book? What book?
I fear it would be of little interest to you, my lord. A ponderous tome.
No. I'd like to read it.
Your grandson and granddaughter swore sacred vows and lied. The father judges us all. Sons of high lords, sons of fishermen. If you break his laws, you will be punished.
Don't you walk away from me.
You don't give commands here, Lady Olenna.
What is it you want? Gold? I'll make you the richest septon who ever lived. What then?
I imagine this is strange for you. And everyone you meet has a hidden motive, and you pride yourself on sniffing it out. But I'm telling you a simple truth. I serve the gods. The gods demand justice.
How do they communicate their demands? By raven or horse?
By the holy text, the seven-pointed star. If you don't have one in your library, I'll give you my own.
I've read a seven-pointed star.
Then you'll remember the passages concerning buggery and perjury. Your grandchildren will be punished in the same manner as anyone who breaks the sacred laws.
Half the men, women, and children in this foul city break the sacred laws. You live among murderers, thieves, and rapists. And yet you punish Loras for shagging some perfumed ponce, and Marjorie for defending her brother?
Yes. The gods' laws must be applied to all equally.
If it's equality you want, so be it. When House Tyrell stops sending our crops to the capital, everyone here will starve. And I'll make sure the hungry know who's to blame.
Have you ever sowed the field, Lady Olenna? Have you ever reaped the grain? Was anyone in House Tyrell? A lifetime of wealth and power has left you blind in one eye. You are the few. We are the many. And when the many stop fearing the few,
Balon Greyjoy, Lord of the Iron Islands and Invader of the North. I give you until the full moon to order all Ironborn scum out of the North and back to those shit-stained rocks you call home. On the first night of the full moon, I will hunt down every islander still in our lands and flay them living the way I flayed the 20 Ironborn scum I found at Winterfell. In the box, you'll find a special gift. Theon's favorite toy. He cried when I took it away from him. Leave the North now, or more boxes will follow with more Theon. Signed, Ramsay Snow, natural-born son of Roose Bolton, Lord of the Dreadfort, and Warden of the North. Get that out of my sight. Theon disobeyed my orders. The boy's a fool. He cannot further the Greyjoy line. I will not give up the lands I have seized, the strongholds I have taken. Get this away from me.
He's your son.
Son is not a man anymore.
He's your son. He's my brother. He's a Greyjoy.
Watch.
Lord Edmure, I hope I'm not a disappointment to you.
You're a delight to me, my lady. You may now cloak the bride and bring her under your protection. Sight of the seven, I hereby seal these two souls, binding them as one for eternity. Look upon each other and say the words.
Father, smith, warrior, mother, maiden, crone, stranger. I am hers, and she is mine, from this day until the end of my days.
Lady Talisa.
Your Grace. I'm not sure I'm a lady. Westerosi customs are still a bit foreign to me.
It's hard to keep all the rules straight, but if I remember my lessons, a woman of noble birth is always called a lady. Unless she's a queen or a princess. I could find someone who knows.
Why are you so sure I'm of noble birth?
Because it's obvious.
What if I told you my father sold lace on the Long Bridge, and my mother, my brother, and I lived with him above our shop?
Call you a liar?
Not very noble to accuse a lady of dishonesty. I always thought I was a brilliant liar.
Better amputations, I'm afraid. quite a pretty spot.
Will we be here long?
I couldn't really discuss troop movements with you.
I'm not a spy.
Of course, a spy would deny being a spy.
You're right. You found me out. I'm writing a letter to the Lannisters. The young wolf is on the move.
Perhaps you'd join me. If you've got time, of course, for, well...
Rob?
Mother. Mother, this is Lady Talisa. She's been helping with the wounded. She's been very helpful.
Lady Talisa.
Lady Stark.
Lady Talisa.
My gear.
My gear. Forgive me. I do not know this name.
An uncommon name here. An old name in Volantis. Excuse me, my lady. Your grace.
Give him another go, Ned.
That's my father. And my Uncle Benjamin.
Keep your shield up, or I'll ring your head like a bell.
They were all so happy.
So were you, once.
Stop showing off! Liana!
My Aunt Lyanna. I've seen her statue in the crypt. My father never talked about her.
What'd you get out of here? We're sparring.
Who are you going to spar with when Ned goes off to the Eyrie?
I don't know. What about him?
Willis, come here.
Hodor?
But he's got giant's blood. And you've got training. Sounds like a fair match to me.
Benjamin always lifts his chin when he's about to charge.
And lowers it when he's going to dodge my lady. Hodor talks.
Your other right. You leave the fight into the little lords, Willis. Come along now. It's no place for you.
Oh, Nan, look at the size of him. If he ever learned to fight, he'd be unstoppable.
Well, he's never going to learn to fight because he's a stable boy. So leave him be.
It is time to go.
Please, a little longer. You finally show me something I care about, and then you drag me away.
It is beautiful beneath the sea. But if you stay too long, you'll drown.
I wasn't drowning. I was home.